If you've just tuned in, thank you very much. This is Good Morning Africa on a Sunday morning.
It's time for us to hit some currents. Rosie takes us to the International Day 2014 event. I'm talking about Women's Day, which took place in Diepsloot, South Africa. Let's find out how it all went down.
International Women's Day, otherwise known as the United Nations Day for Women's Rights and International Peace, is celebrated on the 8th of March in acknowledgement of all women's achievements throughout history and across nations. This year, Afrika Tikkun, in collaboration with POWA and other organizations, are celebrating right here at the Bopalong community in Diepsloot, South Africa.
Diepsloot is a community plagued by the abuse of women and children on a daily basis. In just 4 months, there have been reports of numerous child killings within the community. Afrika Tikkun offers counseling and aid to the community as part of their cradle-to-career approach, through which they aim to impact all aspects of the lives of children living in the South African townships in order to give them a chance at a future.
What exactly does Afrika Tikkun do?
Afrika Tikkun basically works with children. They have a model called the cradle-to-career model, where they take an infant and place her in an ECD, and from the ECD the child goes out to the public or the primary schools around, and from graduating they come back, and there is a program where there is a job readiness program for the children to be able to face the world. So basically that is the core of Afrika Tikkun. But Afrika Tikkun also realizes that children come from family, children come from homes, and so they need to do something to make sure that the children are accommodated when they are empowered in the center within the family. So we then have the gender-based violence and child abuse program, because Diepsloot, as you know, there is a lot of abuse in Diepsloot. So we are providing that type of family service where women have access to talk about their emotional issues, and they are being prepared to do whatever they have to do at home to make sure everything goes well.
What organizations have you partnered with on this specific project?
Okay, the gender violence program at Afrika Tikkun is a partnership of 7 strong organizations. You have Childline, you have Teddy Bear Clinic, you have Sonke Gender Justice, you have NCVT, Afrika Tikkun, and Wentzel. So POWA is one of the organizations, so there are actually 7 organizations. All these organizations come in with a specific specialized skill. POWA is a feminist organization, they work with women. Sonke Gender Justice work with men, so they complement each other. Childline does psychosocial support for children. Teddy Bear Clinic works with children who are offenders to help rehabilitate them. You have NCVT that does a lot of training in the community, parenting training, and Wentzel basically is there to do our legal stuff when it comes to that.
In your opinion, what do communities need to do to combat gender-based violence?
I think first of all, the members need to be able to listen to each other and not doing that judgmentally. It should be non-judgmental listening and just giving the woman or any child a space to say what they have to say and be able to help them, relate them to the various service providers that are around for them to get help.
Any message to other communities out there about International Women's Day?
One message that I would say is women should stand up for themselves. Women should go out there and get it. And then women's rights defenders should be supported in the job that they do.
My name is Jeanette Sera. I work for People Opposing Women Abuse. I'm a social worker.
So what does POWA do?
POWA is an organization that provides services to abused women. we see women from 18 years upwards. We provide counseling in a form of telephonic counseling or face-to-face counseling. What it means is that women, especially those who are far away from our offices, can contact us through telephone, where they can get a counselor to talk to them over the phone. Or if not, they can make an appointment to come and see a social worker in one of our offices. We also provide sheltering. Those are places of safety for abused women, especially for survivors when the environment that they live in is not safe. They can actually go into our shelter with their children and get counseling and other services.
Over the years, there's been a huge increase in gender-based violence in South Africa and across the world. What are some of the success stories that POWA has to offer?
Look, POWA has been in operation for more than 30 years. And it may feel to a person that it's been a long time, yet things are not changing. Look, I cannot say about abuse increasing, but I think because more organizations are coming through and we do a lot of awareness, I think people are more aware and they are starting to talk. I think our challenge, which remains, is that we need services that can support women who decide to speak out. Like, for an example, we need the justice system to really come on board for conviction, so that when perpetrators do perpetrate, so that the justice system will take its course and the perpetrators will be punished. Also, the SAPS, we also want them to come on board so that perpetrators get a message that if you are going to do crime, you are going to be punished.
Why did the organization decide to partner with Afrika Tikkun on this event?
We realized as POWA, as an organization, that we cannot work in isolation. We know the need is great, so if you partner, different organizations bring a different expertise and skills. So if we come together, at least we can go somewhere. Hence, we are here in Diepsloot. Actually, it's a privilege for an organization like POWA to win Diepsloot. We don't have an office, but because there is Afrika Tikkun and other organizations, we are able to bring our different expertise and work towards eradicating. Hopefully, one day we would eradicate violence, especially in Diepsloot.
If people the POWA, how could they do so?
People can contact POWA on the office numbers 011-642-4345. Also the website www.powa.co.za.
The event aims to improve awareness of issues facing women and also to inspire these women to seize their opportunities. It consisted of speakers who speak from their field of knowledge, and yours truly was the first guest speaker.
My name is Rose Mutele. Some of you know me as Simple Mutele. Those days are long gone, but a lot has happened in my life since the days of generations. Before I got into generations, and one of the reasons why I'm here talking today is about, yes, I've had a very, very good life, and my career I've been very successful. But just like any other person in the street, I've had challenges. And unfortunately, I've had two major challenges in my life. The first was when I was in first year university and I fell in love with what I thought was a wonderful, wonderful boy. And I use the word boy because he wasn't a man. Yo, right, yo.
Morongwa Makakana is an inspirational speaker, writer and talent management expert specializing in organizational transformation and change management, business strategy and people development in South Africa, and she was our second speaker.
My name is Morongwa Makakana, and when I introduce myself, I always say my name is Morongwa. It's not Murenge, it's not Marungwa, it's not Murenge, it's Morongwa. And I was given the name Morongwa because I come after 4 boys, and my mother said, this is the one that I'm going to send for my dad. Having said that, I ask that you do not abuse me. I will only teach you. That was supposed to be.
My name is Godfrey Matenda. I work for the Department of Women, Children and People with Disabilities.
As we live in a society where 1 in 3 women will be abused in her lifetime, we all need to take a stand. Step up and speak out. As Diane Mary Child once said, a woman is the full circle. Within her, the power to create, nurture, and transform.